Another interesting thing of note is that when you let your daughter Eve draw on the wall with a red permanent marker, 18 layers of paint later, it will reappear.
Okay.
Hey everybody, welcome back to North and South and our little house renovation. I'm actually sitting in front of the computer right now, looking at all the footage from the last week, and so much has happened. But because of that, it's like we have lots and lots and lots of footage that maybe doesn't make sense. And so I'm gonna be like a little tour guide or like narrator to kind of take you through the last week. So last time we were with you guys, we had just put in the drywall. We finally had walls up and it was time to paint. Hello and welcome to another day at the Knorpp little house renovation. Last time we were with you was probably about a week ago, because that's about the frequency of when we post. But it was only yesterday that we were here and the drywall got finished and it's time to do the primer. Now, some of you are gonna say, why aren't you spraying the primer? And everything that we've looked at and read and people we've spoken to, including our drywallers, said you should roll the primer because it adds just a small amount of texture that will cover up any defects in the, between the mud and the drywall. So we'll be rolling that on and then we'll be spraying our paint just because it's faster. But I'm here today to be painting while Mike continues to vacuum and clean the dust off the drywall because you want that gone. And I'm going to be priming, starting with the 3 kids' bedrooms over here. There was questions about that. Let me show you. We got several questions about how many bedrooms we have. So there's this bedroom, and this bedroom, and this bedroom. Look at that huge roller, and these huge trays. It's hard for you guys probably to see. We did a banana for scale. But
that's twice as big as they normally are. Usually a 9-inch roller.
This is an 18-inch.
Dude, we're getting this done.
I wish I could keep painting because it's very fun. And I just keep feeling like I'm just feeling so much gratitude to the Lord for our little house. And, when it gives me a chance to like ponder on the journey and everything that got me to this point or us to this point. Man, I look great. It also gives me the opportunity to sing 80s love songs as loud as I want, which is quite energizing. But I'm a mom too, and so Asher needs a ride home from work, and I gotta go figure dinner out. But Mike's gonna keep on rolling, literally. Okay, so I don't know if I'll make it back.
That's okay. I'll just get as far as I can.
It's fun though.
have officially completed the rolling.
Rolling.
Which was totally awesome. Here, you need some more light. Check that out. There you go.
But now I'm back.
Now you're busy.
Baby, I am back.
Doing our cut-ins. So,
really hard. Just kidding, it's not all.
Yeah, I think one coat hopefully is enough.
I think it is.
I don't want to do that again. And although it didn't take that long.
It did rub my skin off with my thumb.
Oh no.
Can you tell? Probably not.
Kind of, like the shadow's getting in the way. That was 10 gallons of primer. 2 full buckets from Sherwin-Williams. So, but it looks pretty good. I mean, it's getting dark now, but it looks more and more like a real house. Pretty fun.
Okay. Sorry about that. So, I believe, I'm very excited, so I probably shouldn't get my hopes up too high. But I believe we are painting today. Now I say I believe because we do have to finish some cutting in of the primer, and we have to tape up windows and stuff, and we have to buy the paint and buy the sprayer. But hopefully we also will actually paint. I have been obsessing about paint for, 3 years. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint the whole house just a creamy white. And then we'll come back, like Peter requested that their room not be white. And Pearl and I are planning on doing a mural in her bedroom. And so we're just gonna start there. It's a clean slate. And then we'll figure out, as time goes by, when we kind of do people's rooms. Right now is like the clean slate, get moved in. But then we are going to have to, in the future, do room makeovers and move furniture out. So I'm really excited about this. I'm excited that we're finally to this point, and we can finally paint. Woo-hoo! Okay, I came back to the house, and my spirits were dampened because there's still more cutting in to do.
No, it's too much.
I have to go cut in all the corners, which isn't like hard work. The hard work is moving our dang ladder around, because what happened to our step ladder?
Remember, it got smashed when we dropped
that's
the.
Right. We dropped that.
Well, no.
It hit my ankle.
What actually smashed it was the other one that we cut out, and it swung out, and it literally smashed it.
So it smashed the step ladder. Whoa! Whoa!
Yikes! Good thing I wasn't standing over there.
The other one smashed my ankle.
Another casualty.
But I'm moving this huge heavy ladder around, and it's my brain. This is a real Herculean effort for me, okay? No amount of 80s love songs can save me. Another interesting thing of note is that when you let your daughter Eve draw on the wall with a red permanent marker, 18 layers of paint later, it will reappear. It's magic.
It'll never go away.
So we have to get some better primer to go over those things. And if all else fails, we'd paint the room black.
Yeah.
Or red, I guess. I'm almost done. There's just a little bit more cutting in to do, and then we can go and buy some paint and a paint sprayer. And then it was time to paint. And all of this time I thought I would just paint a warm white over everything in the house, because then I didn't have to make any decisions and we could just quickly get into the house. But pretty quickly I realized that that was a bad idea. I said earlier, or maybe I didn't, depends on if I left it in the video or not, but my original plan was just to paint everything white. But as I was finishing the priming, I was thinking about how expensive paint is and how, like, weeks from now I'm just gonna paint over it, and that just doesn't make sense. That's just like losing a couple $100. And so I decided to just make the leap and choose the colors, which is really what I wanted to do anyways. But Mike and I are going right now. He's gonna be buying the ceiling paint, because that's gonna come first anyways. And I'm gonna get 5 or 6 samples, take them home and paint them on the walls of the room to see if the colors I have chosen are good. The only color I haven't chosen yet, I have one for each of the bedrooms except for the bedroom that will be Andrew's for a time, because it'll only be Andrew's for like 2 months, and then he leaves and it'll become a guest room to any of our older kids who are coming home. And then next summer it will become Esther's room for, I don't know how long she'll be at home after her mission, but So I haven't decided on that one yet, but everybody else is. Pearl wants to do a mural in her room, and so I asked her, like, well, what do we want the base color to be? It's a green, we've chosen that. The boys just didn't want white, so we've chosen that. And yeah, so I guess you'll see what colors they are in just a minute. So we did a lot of like choosing of colors with the kids and showing them different things, and until we finally nailed that down. Hey, do you want to come to the house with me and look at those three? I got 3 greens. Put it on the wall over there.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Eve came along to Eve. In your room, we're doing green walls, but we're gonna do pink flowers. Yeah, I know you like pink. Thanks, Jude. This is the original color.
This is the first one with it.
This is, yeah.
It's like a teal kind of.
It's very bluish. But the wallpaper, because for you guys at home, we're basing this off of like an Asian wallpaper, and it's got this like very bluish background with like green, yellow or green over like the branches and stuff. Okay, Pearl, you go ahead right here. That's very cute. Yep. Hey, Edie, you come and do yours right there. And these are way darker at home. Oh man, definitely not doing that one.
Yeah, which one? I like this one.
Yeah, that's nice. Meanwhile, Mike was having all sorts of drama with the paint sprayer because we knew we wanted to roll on the regular paint, but we wanted to spray the rest of the paint because in theory that should go really fast. But he bought a sprayer, it was splattering. He tried all sorts of different techniques and tricks and like research and just couldn't get it to stop splattering, and which was leaving like just thicker spots of paint on the wall, and you could notice it. And it's like barely noticeable, but when you have like everything's brand new, you feel like this doesn't make me very happy. And so he thought, well, maybe this one is just faulty, and returned it. Okay, it is the next day, and I spent the morning with Andrew going and getting his FBI fingerprints done for his visa to South Africa. If you didn't see, Andrew is going to go serve as a missionary in South Africa in a few months, and we got to get his visa. Andrew's getting his thumb scanned, or his fingers scanned.
I've never been as bad at anything as I am at doing this.
Ah.
Not hurtful.
Oh, and Mike spent the morning being frustrated at the paint sprayer because it was very splattery. And he's tried like every problem-solving technique he can think of. Now we're going to return it and try a new one. But he's going to hope that it was just a bad one. But I'm back with him to buy maybe another blue paint sample for the boys' room. I got one that I like, but it's a little bit less saturated. This is a stressful process for me, and I used to own like the color wheel paint thing, but I don't know, you move so many times, you lose stuff like that. Choosing colors is hard. I think everybody knows that. And so I brought in the curtains that I'm kind of basing the whole house's color scheme off of, or the fabric that I'm gonna make into curtains. And just as a reference, so I don't know if it's really that important because it's a different room, but it just gives me some comfort. It's like my whoopee. Okay, I'm gonna get another sample.
Yes.
Yesterday's, that I wanted like a bold blue, but yesterday's was so bold it looked like painter's tape. And then I had one that was a little too dark. And it does go with this, so I know I'm in the right color family. It's classic. I want it rich and bold, but also like not Superman bold. Superman's tight.
Superman's too bold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, already this looks more like what I was looking for. It was also called Georgian Bay, which I bought English country, so I'm like, perfect. Mike got the new paint sprayer. We're hoping that it was a manufacturer's defect on the last one.
We can hope.
Mm-hmm.
Or it might be user error.
I'm gonna go over to the house with you. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, then I'm gonna try this on the walls. Tried it again with the second one and found the same thing. So he called customer service. They walked him through it. There's the exact type of paint he's using. They told him, oh, you probably just need this specialty tip, which nobody local sold. So he had to order it. So by the end, it was 4 days of like working with his paint sprayer and feeling very frustrated. This is like, just Mike hates this. I mean, there's so much time already on the line, and it took him 4 days to get this all figured out. only to ultimately return it, and we just rolled it all, which just killed Mike inside for at least half a day, because we probably could have just rolled it on the first day and a half and already been further along. But that's how renovations go, and you know, you just don't know those things, hindsight. But we were finally able to start rolling the color on after rolling the paint on the ceiling. We went with the ceiling paint, and some of the other white paint you'll see in the house is alabaster white from Sherwin-Williams. And then we got to start finally doing the most exciting part, which is rolling it on the walls and cutting in and all of that good stuff. So. Okay, the room is done, first coat. It's looking better now that it's, you know, on the wall. It's a little darker than I thought it was gonna be, and I can see the mural that's gonna appear. Once again, it's flat paint. This one I didn't worry about not getting on the baseboards too much, because I'm planning on painting those a color, a contrast colored trim. I'm planning on doing all the closets just white inside for now. And so I'm gonna paint this. I'm gonna now go move to a different room. Michael's doing the cut in on the ceiling right now. You can see this room, how it looks. That looks, man, the camera does weird things. That's just the light coming in here. That's not a paint thing. There's the window light makes it look like there's one spot on the wall that's super bright, but you can see the two windows, but it's a really pretty color. Now that it's dried and flat, it looks nice and velvety. So I'm very happy with that one. And so I'm gonna wrap up my paint stuff so that it stays moist, and move on to the next room. Okay, this is a super beautiful color. It is called Privilege Green. It was one of their most popular colors, you know, on the wall. It's beautiful. It's like evergreeny, sagey mixed together. Makes the room look huge, way bigger. I just did the first coat. We're gonna go have some lunch. And one of the things you might be wondering, like, where am I going with this? This blue, in part, will look incredible with all of our like rich, dark antique furniture and the wood floors in here and our Persian rugs. Both rooms are going for, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, it's kind of like called academia or dark academia. I think it's kind of influenced by like Harry Potter, to be honest, but it's books and wood and stuff that's very traditional and masculine feeling. Though dark academia can also be feminine, but so like their wood, antique wood beds headboards will look so good against the walls, and like I said, the wood floors. This one is the hardest for me because it just looks like a crazy lime green room. Like, what were you thinking? But I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to talk to Pearl and see if maybe we should go back and tint this a little bit more, a little darker, or if this is what we want to do. I mean, obviously we're gonna have art and furniture and curtains and then a mural painted on it. It's still very bright though, so we'll see. Also after lunch when it's dry, because the shining makes it seem even brighter. Once it's dry, that might, and then the second coat might make it better. We're home for lunch, and I wanted to show you that the dining room rug is actually the rug I'm gonna use in the boys' room that's green that I just painted. It's got the green in the leaves there. And then like this picture is also a big inspiration for it. And it'll pick up that green in the background of this French Cavalier or whatever, I don't know what you call them. So then this rug, I'm planning on using in the boys' room, this Persian with those bold blue walls. I think that should look great. I have another rug, so I think I'll have a couple of rugs. The girls' room, I don't have a rug for yet because I don't have none of my rugs match, that's why. But you can just imagine how great these deep reddish woods will look against those rich colors. I'm so excited about that.
Okay, another part of the process is getting our power line buried and brought into the house. However, we had a complication where he accidentally cut the water line coming to the house. So, you know, another issue to fix, but it'll be good to have this done.
Okay guys, I'm over here at the house and just finished cutting in. Don't look too close. On my bedroom, I'm so happy with the color. Let me show you. Colors are the worst because they don't really come through on camera. It's warmer and a little deeper than it shows here. And I love it. It's Romance from Sherwin-Williams and it's the perfect pink. I'm so excited to have it up. Let me show you. Jude's here helping because Peter's getting the rest of the insulation out of the attic so we can do blown insulation. And he just throws it down in bags and Jude takes it to the dumpster, but there's the blue. Looks so good. The flat is just so great because it's still slight sheen to it as you can see there, but it just has such a nice velvety look to it. Jude. And then the green is amazing. I'll put all the colors in the description if I remember. I always say stuff like that and then I never do it. No, I think there and there, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then Pearl's room is kind of insane right now, but like I said, we'll be doing that mural and then that will be fine. Our next video, I'm going to show you all about what that is right there. We got bees, but I've made a whole video just about that. So.
Oh, can you see the bees on my wall?
I think you can. So remember the wallpaper right there is going up in this hallway. I think for now I'm just painting the bathroom that alabaster white. We'll see what I end up doing. And out here we'll be doing alabaster white with contrast trim in like green, I think, to match the curtains. Whoops, just tripped. Which are right here. This is what my curtain material is. And so I think I'll have a contrasting trim in that green. And then I'll just have these beautiful curtains all along this wall. And then in the kitchen, I think I'm doing a white backsplash inside the stove, the range nook, but I still haven't pulled the trigger on the tile. So until I purchase it, probably not decided, or I probably will remain undecided until I purchase it. And then we obviously need to get the tongue and groove. And I think I'm gonna do that just kind of like in a mushroom color or in the same color as the wall color and do the cabinets in a mushroom color. I just haven't made these decisions yet. But that's pretty much it. The house is pretty much painted. We need to paint the white out here, but that's not that exciting because it's not gonna look that different than it does now, at least not to you guys. But the ceilings are painted, the bedrooms are painted. The bathrooms are not painted because once again, they're gonna be that alabaster white from Sherwin-Williams, but exciting times and it's kind of insane because we need to finish the house and we need to move out, and moving is in and of itself insane and usually just like takes so much effort. But when you're also trying to balance that with renovating and completing a house, it's like, and who knows how this is gonna go the next week of our life. But we'll make it, we'll survive. And thankfully, we've done a lot of stressful stuff in our life. So this just feels like par for the course, to be honest. But thanks for coming along. Thanks for all your love and support. and we'll see you next time. It'll be kind of not a renovation video. It'll be about bees, which is super exciting. Loving my honeybees. But we'll talk to you later, guys. Okay, bye.